Good morning and thank you for joining me. My name is Kaylee. This is the Tea House and today I'm going to share with you our Azure Standard haul for October 2021. First things first, to head into the garage to look at the bulk large items. So of the three items that are storage related, I got some of these half-gallon mason jars. And then we got an entire, I think there's 10 5-gallon buckets. And in that box right there are gamma lids so that we can hold our dry storage, our flour and rice and oats and those sorts of things in those buckets without having any little pests get in them. Next, I'm moving over here. So we recently got this deep freezer, and before I filled it and got the meat that we need to put in here, I wanted to freeze our larger grains. So I have pastry flour. This is 25 pounds of pastry flour. I have 25 pounds of rolled oats, and then I have 25 pounds of brown rice. I wanted to get all of those frozen for 2 to 3 days because if there's any bugs or little friends in there, they are going to be taken care of and not cause any issues further down the line. From the refrigerator, we got a 5-pound bag of grated Parmesan cheese. I will be dividing this into smaller bags and putting those smaller individual bags into the freezer. And then we got, a 5-pound or just over a 5-pound block of raw milk cheddar cheese. I will, be shredding this in my food processor and doing the same thing, bagging it up into individual little baggies, probably 2 cups each, and then freezing those individually. And this is a 5-pound block of whole milk mozzarella cheese. So again, doing the same thing for that as I'm doing with the rest of these. So these are our 3 refrigerator items. This is the remainder of the Azure Standard haul that I got for October, the next month. So the first thing is that they always, I have a tiny human trying to talk to me as well. They always send a sales flyer. I always look through this. Yeah, give me just a second, please. I always look through this and see what is upcoming in terms of new items. I did get one of these wide mouth funnels, stainless steel. I have a couple of the plastic ones, and now that I have started canning more canned goods, not just dry items, I want to make sure that I use something that can't leach anything. So I got 4 ounces of minced onion. We don't use this often, but often enough, and this goes in my homemade ranch seasoning. Same thing with these. These are chives, freeze-dried chives. This is only 4 ounces. This is a massive, massive bag. It's bigger than the chili powder and the cumin bag. But so this also goes into the homemade ranch seasoning that I make. If you would like to see that video, I can definitely make one for you. Next is onion powder. They only had 4 ounces. I wish that they would have had a pound in stock, but you got to go with what you have in stock and what is available. So that is that. So chili powder. We go through a lot of chili powder and a lot of cumin here when we're cooking. So I wanted to get larger quantities. These are both a pound each, both organic. And then I chose the mild option. I do have a 2-year-old as well as myself, who cannot handle super spicy things. And if my husband wants to make it spicier, he can always add cayenne pepper. So I only needed a little, like a little small, like spice jar of poppy seeds, but these were only, I want to say like $3, $4 for a pound. And I was like, well, you can't go wrong with that. So I just got a whole pound. The next thing, I wanted to try this tomato paste. Now, I have never tried tomato paste in a jar, so this is probably going to sit in our dry storage out in the garage for a while because I want to make sure to get through the canned tomato paste first. But I did want to give it a try, see if there is a taste difference. Sometimes it tastes kind of tinny or metally, sometimes it doesn't. So, I don't know. This is 19 ounces, so just over a pound of emmer flour. I tried to get spelt, but spelt was not available, so I thought that I would try a different ancient grain to add into baked goods. We are going into baking season, and I am also going to be doing quite a few freezer options in terms of baked goods before the baby arrives. The next, this is 28 ounces, so about a pound and a half of tapioca starch. So besides the, thickening abilities of tapioca starch, it's also really good if you're going to fry food. We don't tend to deep fry food here, but this mama had a craving to make boba tea from scratch, and boba is tapioca starch. So I'm going to give that a try, and I will definitely be bringing you along for that journey, see if I can be successful. If not, not a big deal, but I wanted to try. And this is a great alternative to cornstarch, which we do use in this house, but it's something that thickens as well. The next item are golden raisins, also called sultanas. These, I just got a pound of these. I have a cranberry Christmas cake dessert that I'm planning. Hey, give me just a second. Hurry, Mama, she says. I have a cranberry Christmas cake dessert that calls for golden raisins, so I thought I'd just get them in this order. So these are all the same. This is 4 ounces of whole dried elderberries. I tried to get the pound package, but they were out, and it was actually cheaper to get 4-ounce packages than it was to get the pound anyway. So it kind of worked out in my favor, but I'm going to be making elderberry syrup with these. Oh, looks like one of those is a little open. That's okay. All right, last 4. This is 5 pounds of medium grind cornmeal. So this is the non-GMO. They also have an organic option. The majority of things that I got non-GMO, they don't have an organic option. But they do for cornmeal. It just was not in stock, and we actually needed this. My husband absolutely loves cornbread, and so we were running low on our cornstarch and our cornmeal, and so I wanted to make sure to get some. This is just organic cane sugar. We do use sugar in this house, and this is just to stock up a little bit. I do still have some from when we previously ordered from Costco, which is where we used to shop for these types of items. And this is just a buffer to hold us over for the holiday season. This is just raw organic apple cider vinegar with the mother. Before I bought a ton of these, I think it comes in like a pack of 12. I wanted to make sure that I liked the packaging on this. Sometimes when you get these caps and the glass container, they tend to drip when you pour. So I wanted to just double check that before I went and ordered, a case of 12. And then last but not least, berry wildflower honey. This is raw. We have a few options for raw honey in our area, but not a ton of them. So I wanted to give this a try, and we have some large batch granola cooking coming up here in the next couple days, so we will definitely be going through quite a bit of that. There were 3 items that did not ship on my Azure order. Sesame seeds, which was roughly the same price as the poppy seeds. Those didn't ship. I also tried to get some peanut butter. That didn't ship. And some bulk fruit. And let me tell you, the bulk fruit broke my heart because I took it off of my order right before the cutoff deadline, and I wish I would have kept it on because it turns out that they restocked between my order being closed and the order being shipped. So I could have gotten those apples, but I had taken them off the order. So that is a bummer for me, but I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that next month when we do our next order, they will have some sort of bulk fruit item as well. If not, that's not a problem. I have plenty on my plate, but I really would have liked to try to can some more applesauce. Overall, this order with shipping, came to a little over $450. The majority of that cost was the 5-gallon buckets and the Gamma Seal lids. For food costs, it was less than $200, I want to say. Or maybe just about $200. So good savings in terms of prices. The other thing that I want to say is I love having multiple options in terms of where to get organic food or non-GMO food. So I mentioned earlier that we we still shop at Costco on a pretty regular basis. And don't know what she's saying, but she's making herself known. But when we went to Costco it was about 2 weeks ago, they didn't even have apple cider vinegar. So I like the ability to have a local option, and then if something isn't available, I can always order from Azure. The price comparison, at least on the apple cider vinegar, was a cent per ounce cheaper at Costco. So only a cent. And for me, in order to make sure that I actually get it in my house, I am willing to pay that cent per ounce. So that was 32 ounces. So a whole 32 cents more expensive to get it from Azure. So definitely a good thing to keep in mind. Just because you shop at Azure doesn't mean you need to stop shopping at your local Costco's or Walmart's or Kroger's or anything like that. But if you choose to, you can definitely get some darn good deals as well. Thank you so much for joining me today. Again, my name is Kaylee. This has been the Tea House. I appreciate your time in watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you would like to like and subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. And we look forward to making more videos for you in the future. The majority of videos on this channel are going to be based in the kitchen. I love bringing you along when I cook our family's meals in the evening, as well as get prepped for freezer meals or other bulk cooking days. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and we will see you soon. Bye.